those who are hesitant or intimidated by this language, but they want to learn this language. So how can YouTube bring different kinds of content under one sky actually? And how do learners benefit from educational content on YouTube?
There is no substitute for a physical teacher. And if we talk about English language nowadays, when some people they came to know that I have started my career as an online spoken English trainer, they would be saying Chat GPT is there, and there are Supernova and many other apps like they are doing the rounds. When we see Instagram or all that, they are advertising, very aggressively in the market. But I am sure that when you are getting tutored by an AI tool, it's not going to be that effective. I'm not.
Come, sir, it is only what I feel. At least it is available 24/7. You can anytime you can check certain things. Whenever you have a doubt, you can exactly check it. And now AIs are making it even more comfortable. So learning has become easier, but people have become lazier. This is what I feel.
Exactly. Actually, both are complementary to each other. If you are.
What qualities make a tutor effective?
So I started practicing English speaking with them, and for any Indian student, it takes only 3 or 4 months to become fluent in English if they are practicing it without.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, very good evening. Very good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. What about you?
I'm also doing fine, sir. Thank you so much for asking. And thank you so much for your concern. I'm blessed and privileged to have you here on my channel today.
As you already know, my name is Anand Mahajan. Originally, I'm from Punjab state. Now we are permanently settled in a small town of Haryana. It's called Kurukshetra. So I have done my graduation from Delhi University. I did economics honors from Delhi University, but I was more interested in coding, that is computer programming, because I had been learning computer programming since the time I was in my 12th grade. So I kept learning computer programming even during my graduation. And as soon as I completed my graduation, I started creating online courses related to computer programming, coding. So currently, my profession is to create online courses with regard to computer programming coding. But now I have plans to switch my profession. Now my ambition is to become a spoken English trainer. And in order to achieve this goal, I have already cleared TEFL, as you know, teaching English as a foreign language. And apart from this, I have already cracked TASOL exam, which is conducted by Canada Board of Examination.
Okay, nice. Okay, lovely, lovely. So you are trying to switch your profession now, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we online course creator who are creating courses related to coding, computer programming, we are feeling intimidated, by the advent of AI. Because AI tools, they can generate the code without, going very deep into the coding part.
True
And I
that.
have been very passionate about English language since my childhood. So I thought that I should be taking it up as my profession.
Yes, right. Thank you so much for letting us know about yourself. And before I go deep down into the conversation, how are you coping up with this rising temperature? Because in Lucknow, it's extremely hot, extremely hot.
Here also, it's sweltering hot, but fortunately, I work from home, so I do not step out of my house unless it is, completely necessary.
Right.
So yes, the weather is not affecting me that much because all the time I am indoors.
Right, sir. Okay, sir. So I have a couple of questions which I feel that nobody else can answer those questions better than you. So are you open to those questions? Shall I start asking straight away without
Sure.
wasting any
Please,
time?
yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. So as you know that I am a content creator. Yes, and that I
Yes.
started in my retirement, not before that. So technical problems, you can understand that what I might have faced in my past, but now I have learned. And I try my level best to create content which can be helpful to the learners, especially to the beginners. those who are hesitant or intimidated by this language, but they want to learn this language. So, how can YouTube bring different kinds of content under one sky actually? And how do learners benefit from educational content on YouTube? Do you think YouTube is really beneficial? What is your take?
Yes, yes, yes. That goes without saying that YouTube is, I think it is the biggest educator, edutainment, entertainer, and all that. The reason being, if we talk about YouTube, you can find videos, related to the topics, any topic under the sun. You can find, YouTube videos related to the topics, any topic under the sun, be it your computer science, be it your biology, be it your physics, chemistry, maths. It can be movies, it can be podcast, it can be comedy kind of material. Everything is available on YouTube, and many people, they are taking good use of, they are taking good advantage of YouTube, because whenever you want to learn, even yoga, meditation, cooking,
Hmm.
so housewives and many persons, like suppose they think that I want to, today I want to prepare this dish. So how to
Hmm.
prepare it? They will instantly they will go to YouTube and they will be searching the video, how to prepare, how to cook this particular dish and all that. So if we talk about all the topics, so as I told you, all the topics, they are covered on YouTube, because I have been in IT sector.
Hmm.
So I say it very honestly that so many things related to coding that I have learned from YouTube videos without shelling out even a single penny from my pocket. So it's all free, and apart from this, everything is being displayed in the form of videos, multimedia, and all that. And all of us, we know that if we use multimedia, then it is very easy to grasp the things. So YouTube is it's a sometimes I think that it is a boon that has come directly from God for all those people who do not want to spend the money, but they want to learn something or the other.
So true, so true. And it's even I can resonate with me that I learned every bit of editing, recording, making thumbnail only through this platform, this social media,
Exactly.
which is called YouTube. So undoubtedly, it's a boon for all of us.
Exactly.
All of us, even though somebody has joined certain classes or certain platforms for learning any skills, but still
Mhm.
they can refer YouTube as well. Yes, even
Exactly.
doctors, engineers, they are also searching something on YouTube to check whether
Mhm.
whatever they are thinking in their mind, whether they are right or wrong, just to double check.
Mhm.
Yeah, and even they are learning
Exactly.
too. Yes, but at the
Exactly.
same time, I am tutoring and you are planning to become an English teacher. Yeah, online English teacher, especially to train the people for spoken English. Okay. So now my next question to you is, sir, what is the role of a tutor in English learning? If YouTube is so efficient, but still then, how tutoring is something different from YouTube?
That is an amazing question, and I was waiting for it because most of the people, they say that if they will be asking me questions, not right now, but when I was working as an online course creator, creating online courses related to computer programming, they would say why one should buy your course, why one should be spending money in buying your courses and all that. Uh, but there is no gainsaying the fact that when you are being tutored by a physical teacher, that has no substitute. That has no substitute. Now, what is happening is, like on YouTube, the biggest, there are pros and cons. So we have talked only about pros. So now we should see, what are the cons
Cons
also.
of it.
In cons, what happens is, on YouTube, you might have seen, okay, you have seen some video related to English, related to physics, chemistry, maths, or in my case, like coding, related to coding, Java, Python, or something like this. One thing is for sure, if you are a sincere learner, many doubts, many doubts, they will be, cropping up in your mind. And on YouTube, you might have seen the teachers, because they are providing it for free. The teachers, at maximum, they will be answering the queries of only first three or four students.
Comments, yes.
After that, there can be hundreds and hundreds of queries. They
Right.
won't bother to answer them. I'm not saying like, I'm not criticizing them,
No, no,
because
it's about like a
everybody,
small
yes,
YouTubers, they reply.
exactly,
But when millions of comments are there, it's not
exactly,
possible for
exactly.
them to answer to every query.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes, sir.
So there is no substitute for a physical teacher. And if we talk about English language nowadays, when some people they came to know that I have started my career as an online spoken English trainer, they would be saying Chat GPT is there, and there are Supernova and many other apps like they are doing the rounds.
Mhm.
When we see Instagram or all that, they are advertising, very aggressively in the market. But I am sure that when you are getting tutored by an AI tool,
Mhm.
it's not going to be that effective. I'm not saying it is totally useless. I'm not saying that.
Right,
But
right.
when you are in front of a physical teacher, so there is something that is lurking behind your mind, that I am talking to a machine. I'm talking to a robot. I'm talking to a machine. When you are in front of a physical teacher, the body language of the physical teacher, eye contact, and all that, that makes a huge difference.
And the bonding what they create, that is also something
Exactly.
amazing. Right,
Exactly. Exactly. Hmm.
right, right,
So
right.
many times in the class, we have some light movements also. You know,
Yes.
yes, that
Some
cannot be
fun
with
time,
the
some serious
fun
time
time.
when
Yes,
we
yes.
really discuss
Serious.
something. Yes, sometimes maybe outdoor, sometimes indoor. So yeah, it can be in all different ways. We can change our methodology. We can be indoor to teach something. Sometimes we can take them to the
Exactly.
garden and we can teach. There are so many things, even online also. Like sometimes just talking about a story, just talking about something funny you had today, maybe. Okay, so this is something quite amazing. If somebody is taking, this is called traditional tutoring actually, because AI and YouTube, everything is fine. YouTube, when it comes, sir, it is only what I feel, at least it is available 24/7. You can anytime you can check certain things. Whenever you have a doubt, you can exactly check it. And now AIs are making it even more comfortable. So learning has become easier, but people have become lazier. This is what I feel.
Exactly. 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 Actually, both are complementary to each other. If you are attending physical classes, or you are attending online classes with a physical teacher, now
Hmm.
in that case, what happens is, uh, suppose after attending the class, there are some doubts in your mind. So you will say, I will ask my teacher. But before that, you can always open YouTube and you can look for the answer. Not YouTube, but any other AI tool, Chat
Right,
GPT
right.
or something. So they are complementary. But the first lecture that should come from a physical teacher only.
Right, right. So my next question to you, what qualities? I'm asking questions one after the other because time is
No,
less.
no, they are very interesting. Oh, I'm enjoying it.
So
Yes, yes.
next question is, sir, what qualities make a tutor effective? This is also important because somebody just start teaching for the sake of earning. But
Mhm.
we have a greater responsibilities on our shoulder if we have chosen to be a teacher. So what
Right, right.
qualities exactly you think that is required for a teacher?
The very first thing that is crossing my mind is like, the most important, the most prominent quality that a tutor should possess is he should be having, um, complete knowledge, almost complete knowledge about the subject matter. Whatever subject he or she is teaching, they should be having, complete, not complete, if not complete, they should be having a great deal of knowledge of that particular subject. Only then they can face students. Only then they can sound, effective. Their teaching can sound effective.
Right, right.
And a second thing is like, there are many teachers who are, you know, immensely knowledgeable, But we have seen when we were students in school and college, we have seen, yes, our teacher knows a lot. But when it comes to explaining the concepts and all that, everything will fall flat. Like we won't be, everything will go over our heads. We won't be able to understand what that teacher is saying or explaining, even though having a great deal of knowledge about that subject. So the teacher should be very passionate about teaching. Teacher should be very passionate about teaching. As you have said, if the teacher has come just for the sake of earning money and he doesn't have that teaching quality and is not passionate about teaching the students, then the whole thing is going down the drain. It's not going to work. So
Right.
second is, it is very important, like I have seen in my career when I was training students in coding, it is very important to motivate the students. You should be a good motivator. Sometimes what happens is students, they are not performing as per our expectations. At that time, instead of scolding them, instead of putting them down, we should be motivating them. And most of the times I would give example like I would tell them that when I was student like you, I wasn't able to understand even 50% or 40% of this concept. I wasn't able to understand it. But when we, worked upon it, and when I tried very hard and I slogged away reading books and watching videos, and then I was able to fully understand that particular concept. So if you are not able to understand it, don't sell yourself short. Don't think that you don't have the ability or all that. It happens with your greenhorns, your knives. You are just novice in this field. So what if you are not able to understand it? So if you will try hard, definitely you will be able to comprehend all these concepts that you are currently finding to be very tough. So a teacher, a tutor, a trainer should be a great motivator also. That is that. And secondly, thirdly rather, a teacher should be patient. So I have seen many teachers, they are good teachers and they have passion for teaching also. Suppose they have explained the concepts repeatedly in the classroom. So there are some students who are not able to understand it. And in the exam, in the test, or they will be, they sometimes flunk the exam, and the teacher would be, very upset, will be, cut up with the, performance of the students, that why you didn't perform well. I had explained, I have worked so hard for you people and you were not able to perform well and all that. So at that time, there are two ways. Either the teacher would be scolding, castigating a student, like in English, that they will be coming down on the students like, a ton of bricks. So this is something that demotivates the students. So in that case, what should be? Teacher should have patience, like, and teacher should have the patience and should understand that if they were not able to perform well, there might be some reason behind it. Again, the motivation will play its role.
Right, right. So teachers are great motivators. Exactly, exactly, sir. And now I would ask something out of the box. Like, what type of teachers you had in your school days? Because I always recall my teachers. And were you really as good as you are at present in your school days also? Because you speak flawlessly, sir.
No, as a matter of fact, as I told you, I hail from Punjab. So my school studies till my 12th grade,
Mhm,
I did my schooling in Punjab only, in under Punjab School Education Board.
mhm,
And till my 12th grade, the only language I could speak in was Punjabi. Even I used to be, I used to get confused while speaking Hindi also, because it is sometimes difficult for us Punjabis to speak in Hindi. We mix many Punjabi words while speaking Hindi. So that was a major problem. But
okay.
I was very good in reading and writing English and Hindi both, reading and writing English and Hindi both. But
Mhm,
because it was not, it was not prevalent in our household, in our neighborhood, or anywhere we would move around. That people would be speaking English or Hindi and all that. That is why this. I'm not talking about myself. Most of the students, school students in India, they are good in reading and writing English. If we only now talk about English, they are good in reading and writing English. But when it comes to speaking English, we falter, we fumble, and we get nervous. The reason being, I always say that in schools, like we have physics lab, biology labs, or we have chemistry labs. Similarly, we should have English speaking labs. That is very important. So English speaking
Wonderful.
labs should be there. I haven't seen any of my school teacher ever speaking even a single sentence in English. So they themselves do not speak English. So how we can be motivated? How we can utter even a single sentence in English? Our teachers, they themselves are not. But one thing, I want to give full credit to my English teachers, even
Hmm.
though speaking was something which was a lacking part, but the way they taught us grammar, I still remember direct, indirect, and all tenses, narration, and all that. So they used to explain it in a very good way, in a very good way. So we were able to understand the nuances of English language. But when I went to Delhi in order to pursue my graduation, only then I came to know about the importance of English language, speaking English language. So I took help from many of my classmates who got their school education from some elite and high end schools. So I started practicing English speaking with them, and for any Indian student, it takes only 3 or 4 months to become fluent in English if they are practicing it without daily, without fail. Without
Hmm.
fail, if they are practicing it, it's very easy because all Indian students, they are already familiar with basic grammar and basic vocabulary, and that is more than enough to become a simple English speaker. So once you become fluent in simple English, after that you can muster the courage like to become advanced English speaker by learning advanced vocabulary words, idioms, phrases. So you will start getting joy, you will start getting joy, happiness, using advanced vocabulary words, idioms,
Right,
phrases, and
right.
all that. So I give credit to my English teachers, even though we were not able to speak it in our school times. But I firmly believe that I wouldn't have been able to speak good English had that base wouldn't have been made by
So
my
strong.
school teacher. Hmm. Yeah.
Right, right. I totally agree with you, sir, that all the Indian students, whether of my age or today modern age, so called, we all understand, we can comprehend English. When it comes to watch English movies, they all understand somewhere, okay, leaving accent part, okay, but speaking is the biggest hurdle, and that comes only by
Exactly.
practicing. And we were never forced by either our parents or our teachers to speak. If they would have told us
Yes.
to speak up, then probably we could have become better version long back, long back. But I also
Even
realize,
now, even now, if we try to strike any conversation in English with our friends, with our siblings or anybody, so they would be mocking us, they would be making fun of us. So even though all of them, they are highly educated, some of them, they are chartered accountant, doctors, engineers, and all that, but they would prefer to converse only in native language.
right, right, right. Because we have been doing the same. So that seems
Hmm.
natural. And when we start in
Right.
English, like earlier when I was trying to practice, I was always trying to speak with my kids. But my kids always used to say, Mama, please don't try to become from Manju Mishra to Manju Johnson. Okay. Speak in Hindi. They used to tell me like this. Okay. So it is but natural that we want to converse and we feel connected when we talk in our own native language. But English is the need of the time, and
Exactly.
because of that
Exactly.
everybody is struggling to learn spoken English. They don't worry about writing English, whether the spellings are right or wrong, whether they know
Hmm.
PIECEPs or PEACEPs, but they want to speak, whether they are
Hmm.
homemakers, they are professionals, or anyone. So when it comes to spoken English, like although we are able to comprehend English, we are able to read, write, everything, what role does conversation play to improve the spoken English or
You know,
practice? Hmm. Yes.
that this is something which is inseparable. Inseparable. Why? Because without having conversation or without having conversation practice, this is the foundation stone. No? So without having conversation or conversation practice, so how we can become fluent in English? So it is of paramount importance that we should be having as much conversation practice as we can. You know, we this is so apparent, so obvious, so evident. Like we have studied grammar, we have studied so much vocabulary in our schools, but why we are lacking, why do we falter, fumble, get nervous, or when we try to speak in English? The reason is because we didn't have enough conversation practice. So now, at this age, then we have come to know about the significance of English speaking. So now we people are, trying to converse in English as much as we can. So in my opinion, I always say one thing: there is only one mantra to become fluent in English. That is speak, speak, and speak. The more you speak, the more you become fluent. And we should not be worrying about like what happens if we will be making mistakes, because I don't know why this kind of attitude or mentality, or I call it psychological hindrance. We
Hmm.
always say that while speaking, if I will be making any grammatical mistake, or I will be using a vocabulary word at a misplaced for a misplaced at some misplaced situation or something like this, I would be I would be humiliated. I will feel embarrassed, and I will be made fun of. I will be mocked and all that. That kind of, I have come across many students who have just started learning how to speak English.
Hmm.
They're quite fluent. They're quite
Right.
fluent, but they are making a large number of mistakes, and sometimes very serious grammatical mistakes. But I always motivate them, and I always tell them that I'm really impressed, because confidence is the first thing. You have got the confidence. Why? Because they have got rid of this kind of mental block, that we will be made fun of, or we will feel embarrassed and all that. And I really, I take motivation, inspiration from them for this, because this is like they have this attitude. We don't care two hoots. We don't care a damn for the people around us. So we want to speak, we will speak. So mistakes are going to be there. So conversation, that is very important. Conversation, we should be, finding those people, like-minded people who are also in the journey of making themselves fluent and confident and proficient in English. We should get into their company, and we should be practicing English speaking, English conversation as much as we can. That will go a long way in making us fluent, confident in English.
Undoubtedly. I fully agree with you, sir. Actually, we always fear of speaking, and it's just like if we want to learn swimming and we have phobia of water. So we can't learn swimming. In the same way, we are intimidated by speaking, as you said, that if we make mistakes, mistakes are the first step, I can
Part
say
of
that
the learning, yes.
part of the learning. Nothing we have learned without making mistakes. So
Exactly.
yes, speaking comes by speaking, and that's why speaking practice is very much important. So
Exactly.
well explained, sir. Do you have any questions for me before I ask you the last question, maybe?
No, no, I'm a bit intrigued to know that you started your journey of learning English after your retirement. So my question is, what is your educational qualification, and why did you think that you should be, learning English speaking after your retirement, when you should have been leading a life of, comfort? So
Uh,
you wanted, it's just like, coming out of your comfort zone.
okay. Sir, honestly speaking, I came out of my comfort zone when I started teaching in 1990. Back
Okay.
then, I was not fluent in English at all, but I made it a point to join always convent schools. And that's how I applied in convent schools, so that I get an environment where I can open my mouth and I can practice English. So that's how I learned a little bit of English. I mean, educational, the way I can manage in the classroom. That I learned back then in 1990. Okay. But in my retirement, I started teaching others, thinking that my struggles those days. So, those who are struggling today, because of that, I started my presence online. And yes, with God's grace, I started getting students. And that's how I'm a teaching and learning enthusiast. I'm teaching my students, and at the same time, I'm learning, improving day by day. Okay, sir?
That's fantastic. Like, so I thought that you started your journey only after your retirement, but you
No.
are an old player, veteran player. You are a veteran player.
Yes, sir. I actually, situations, circumstances teach you a lot. Teach you a lot.
Exactly.
So, although I was from a Hindi medium, but yes, again, because of my teachers, because of my father, my base was too strong. I can say that back then I
Right.
was very much able to frame sentences whatever I wanted to speak, and because of that
Mhm.
I dared to speak, and that's how I joined schools. And schools, they really supported my English, and because it was a compulsory part of the school that you can't open your mouth in Hindi in the school campus, so
Mhm.
somehow I had to manage.
And
Okay, so
this is the stark reality. And whenever you are put into an environment where the only language that is being spoken is English,
English.
so it it doesn't take very long to become fluent in English, to become confident in English. Yes, environment is the main criteria.
Right, sir. Okay, so I would not take your much time. This is my last question to you. What would you suggest, or what action plan would you suggest for the beginners, those who want to achieve fluency, maybe in short time?
There are many methods, there are many tips and tricks that they can apply on themselves in order to become confident, proficient in English.
Right.
So I would be particularly talking about English speaking.
Mhm.
So as far as because our discussion that is revolving around English speaking only, not reading, writing, and all that.
True.
So they should start. Reading habit is very important. That plays a pivotal role in your journey to become fluent in English. Most of the people, what they would be doing is they would be ignoring this part. So when I say reading, you would say, like I was saying, that reading is. I'm not saying reading is not that important, but how does it become instrumental in making you fluent in English? So the strategy should be, first thing, you should read only. First, you should choose your favorite genre. You shouldn't be, you should be choosing your favorite genre. Sometimes, when I tell people that you should be reading newspapers, you should be, they say, we are not interested in political news or something. I tell them, I'm not saying that you should be reading only English newspaper. You can read anything that has been published in English language. You can read comics, you can read short stories, you can read, film magazines. So, what you should do is, whatever you are reading, first thing, that should be your favorite genre, because this is something, only then you will be able to, because you would be able to even interest in that particular, material that you are going to read. So,
Right.
first, you should read two paragraphs. It can be two or three paragraphs. It can be one paragraph on, depending upon your choice. So, for example, we take example of reading first two paragraphs. After reading first two paragraphs, very mindfully, very attentively, you should be reading the same two paragraphs loudly, right? So, you should read mindfully. After that, you should read the same paragraphs loudly, and this is something which which is very beneficial for your speaking skills. So
Mhm.
on the face of it, it looks, what is going to be the benefit? We are just reading, we are just speaking by reading from the book or from the newspaper. No, it is, only the time will tell. So that it has, gone a long way in making you fluent in English. So this is the technique that they should apply. And second is, nowadays there are many WhatsApp groups, and there are many English speaking apps, and you can join those apps, but with I would say this with the caveat that most especially the females, they should be joining these apps very carefully, because there are many there are uncivilized, uncouth people also on these apps. So or you can take the help of chat gpt. There are many ai tools which are being provided, because speaking regularly and taking out the time for practicing english speaking, that is very important. And there is a very important advice on my part, and that is, in routine life, when you are doing something, suppose you are doing household chores, you are doing dishes, so say to yourself, or just say it in a mumbling voice, I am doing the dishes, I'm washing the utensils, something like this, I'm cooking the food, my mom is calling for dinner. Just say to yourself, I'm climbing up the stairs, I'm climbing up the stairs, I'm going upstairs, I'm climbing down the stairs, I'm going downstairs. And I'm now, I feel tired, I'm going to hit the sack, I'm going to sleep now. So it will become a habit. When it will become a habit, so the barrier is, most of the times native, like hindi speakers, what they do is, first they would be thinking in their native
Hindi.
language, that is hindi, then they would trying to translate it into
Translate.
english. Yes, and this is something which is the major stumbling block. This is the major stumbling block that is a great hindrance in making you fluent in English. So these are very and listening is also important, because I have been very fond of listening to TV debates, because I'm very much interested in political news, social news, and all that. So
Okay.
there are so many news channels, English news channels, Indian
Mm-hmm.
English news channels, where you can listen to the English news and you can listen to the debates also. They use very rich vocabulary words, idioms, phrases that can be learned, and you can just observe them, because observation is very important. We learn everything by observing those people who are good speakers. Like, how did we learn our native language? If I talk about myself, how did I learn Punjabi? At no point of time, my parents, they made me sit beside them and they started explaining Punjabi grammar to me. No, never. But by the time I was 3.5 or 4, I started speaking Punjabi very fluently. You know, how was that possible?
Right,
I was
right.
observing my elder siblings and my parents. So observation is, that is a key to become confident, to become fluent in English.
So yes, yes. So you need to surround yourself with English environment. That's the key to it.
Exactly.
Actually, whether you
Exactly.
speak, you think, you read, whatever. But speaking plays a pivotal role undoubtedly, and we need to do that. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing
Thank
your
you. Thank you.
wisdom, because it
Thank you.
was
Thank you.
it was really very helpful. This is what I feel, and for the other viewers also, it's going to be beneficial. And yes. Thank you. Thank you for everything, because
Thank you so much. Thank
time
you.
is getting over. Okay.
My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night. Good night.